Hello, my dear ones. Before we begin, I want to ask you one question, and I'm really asking you to answer it honestly. Not to me, not to the camera, but to yourself, quietly, inside. Think back. When was the last time you were standing in an elevator, waiting for your floor, and happened to catch your reflection in that shiny metal door, and thought not, oh, what a sight, not, good Lord, who do I look like? But instead, calmly, actually, not bad. It suits me. No picking yourself apart, no familiar inner sigh, just a glance, and you liked what you saw. Remember? If you do, I'm genuinely happy for you, truly. But if you're sitting there now and realizing you can't even remember a day like that, you know, you're not alone. Not at all. I was like that for a very long time myself. I'd look away from shop windows. I only had my picture taken from the side, and only if someone really insisted. I'd get into an elevator and stare at the floor, just so I wouldn't have to meet the eyes of that woman in the door. And it took me many years to understand one simple thing. It wasn't my face. It wasn't my figure, my age, or the mirror. It was the fact that every morning I left the house without spending a single minute on myself. And today, I want to promise you something. Not inspiration, not pretty words that are nice to hear and then immediately forget. I'm promising you something concrete. 14 minutes. Exactly 14 minutes from the moment the alarm rings until the moment you close the door behind you. 14 minutes. And a well-groomed, put-together, calm look for the whole day. Not 15, not 20, not, well, whatever happens. I've counted, I've timed it, I've tested it on myself many, many times. 14. And right away, let's be honest about one thing. This isn't about the runway. It isn't about a magazine cover. It isn't about leaving the house every morning as if you're going to a wedding or a gala dinner. Heaven forbid. What wedding at 7 in the morning on the way to buy bread? This is about something else. It's about being able to look at yourself calmly, all day long, so you can walk past any shop window, any shiny door, any mirror in a store, and not feel anything tighten inside. So you can simply go about your business and, somewhere in the corner of your mind, keep a quiet, warm thought. I'm all right. I'm okay. I like the way I look. That's the whole goal. No more, but no less. And believe me, it matters far more than it seems. Now I have a small favor to ask you, and it's important, so don't skip past this. Please open the comments under this video and write me two things, just honestly, as it is. First, what time do you usually get up in the morning? And second, most importantly, how much of that time do you spend on yourself, on you specifically? Not on making breakfast for your husband, not on packing a school bag for your grandson, not on the cat, not on porridge, not on, I need to water the seedlings, but on you personally, on your face, your hair, on choosing what to wear. Write honestly, even if it's a scary number. Even if it turns out to be 0. You know why I'm asking? Because I'm almost certain that for many of you, less than a minute is spent on yourselves. A quick look in the hall mirror, a hand through your hair, and off you go. And when you write that out loud, in your own words, in the comments, you'll suddenly see it yourself, right before your own eyes. And seeing it is already half the battle. And I promise I won't leave you alone with that sad number. At the end of the video, I'll break everything down for you minute by minute, step by step, in order, all neatly lined up. So you can pause the video, copy it into your notebook, or save it and try it tomorrow morning. Not memorize it in a hurry, not panic, just calmly open it and go through the whole chain, step by step. That's why I'm putting in the effort, to make it convenient for you, not just to talk beautifully. And one more thing. It's very important to me that there isn't that kind of dynamic between us, where someone on screen talks down to you, acts superior, throws around incomprehensible words, and makes you feel like a dunce. I can't and don't want to do that. I'm not a cosmetologist. I don't have any framed diplomas from fancy courses behind me. I'm an ordinary woman, just like you. Everything I'm going to tell you today, I put together myself, through trial and error, ruined tops, crooked eyebrows, and 100 small failures. And also, and I'm enormously grateful for this, thanks to the tips from women like you in the comments. You write, you share, you correct me, you tell me your tricks, and I learn from you just as much as you learn from me. So let's say we're all here together, in the same kitchen, at the same table. So I'm not going to use complicated words. I'm not going to burden you with terms you have to Google. It'll all be simple, human, and straight from the heart, the way I'd explain it to my own sister or to the neighbor who dropped in for tea and, in passing, sighed. Listen, I've really stopped liking myself. Deal? Then make yourself comfortable. Pour yourself some tea if you want. And let me take you by the hand and guide you through these 14 minutes so that tomorrow morning you wake up. And for the first time in a long while, do something not for the house, not for the family, not for the dasha or the garden beds, but for the one and only person, for yourself. And where exactly to begin in the morning, how these minutes are laid out, and why the very first thing we do is not go to the clothes closet. I'll explain all of that to you in detail, step by step, further on. Well then, let's keep going. And now for the most important part, the reason we're all here. I'm going to lay out these 14 minutes for you, nice and neat, and I'll tell you right away how they're divided, so you can keep the picture in your head. Face, 5 minutes, hair, 3, clothes, 4, shoes and 1 accessory, 2, and the last minute to take a full look at yourself before you head out. That's the whole arithmetic. Got it? Then let's begin. And we begin with the face. Don't worry, there won't be any complicated makeup, I promised. So we'll keep it simple. Just 4 small steps, and I'll explain each one so you understand not because I said so, but why exactly it's done that way. First, cream. Light, moisturizing, and it's very good if it has sun protection. Take it, apply it, rub it in. That takes me half a minute, no more. And here, listen carefully. This is important. Well-hydrated skin catches light completely differently. It seems to glow from within, softly, evenly. Dry, tight skin looks dull, as if it's been lightly dusted with flour. You've probably seen that effect on yourself and on others. So cream isn't a luxury. It's the foundation. In money terms, about 350 rubles, maybe up to 500. And if you use it sparingly, 1 tube easily lasts about 10 weeks. Do the math yourself. Pennies a day. Second, concealer. That's the light concealing little thing we use to erase the shadows under the eyes. 1 tiny dot under each eye, then blend. Best of all with the ring finger, since it's the weakest, it doesn't press and doesn't stretch the delicate skin. And you know, I want to share something with you that once calmed me down too. Dark circles under the eyes are by no means always about fatigue, and not always about not enough sleep. Most often, it's because with age, the skin under the eyes gets thinner, and the blood vessels show through more strongly. In other words, you can sleep 10 hours out of 10 and the circles will still be there. And that's normal. It's not your fault. We just give them a little help. In price terms, somewhere around 600 rubles, maybe up to 1,200, depending on which one. Third, and this, girls, is the queen of the whole morning. Eyebrows. If you remember only one thing from everything I'm saying today, remember this: eyebrows. Neat, brushed eyebrows change your face by about 60%. I'm not exaggerating. It's not lipstick, not mascara. It's eyebrows that make the look composed and alive. Here's what we do. First, brush them upward and slightly to the side with a spoolie. Then use a pencil to fill in the sparse areas with light strokes, and finish with clear gel so they stay in place all day and don't wander off. Done. 1 minute. The pencil costs about 250 rubles, maybe up to 450, and it lasts, believe it or not, 7 or 8 months. One pencil for more than half a year. And here I absolutely have to tell you a story. A woman wrote to me in the comments. She said that one day she decided to try not everything at once, but just 2 steps: eyebrows and a little blush on the cheeks. Nothing else, no cream, no lipstick. She was in a hurry. She comes into the kitchen, and her daughter is there. And her daughter looks at her and asks, "Mom, did you go away to relax somewhere recently? You look fresher." But she hadn't gone anywhere, just eyebrows and blush. There you have it, the whole magic, no miracles. Since we're on the subject, the fourth and final step for the face: blush and color on the lips. A warm peach shade lightly on the apples of the cheeks. Smile, and you'll see where. It brings back that rosy, lively undertone that gradually disappears with age all on its own. It's not our fault. That's just how it works. And on the lips, a balm with a slight tint, muted pink or terracotta, warm, warm. Not lipstick in full battle paint, but just a hint of color. That's it. The face is ready, 5 minutes are up, let's move on. Hair, 3 minutes. And here I have one secret, without which everything else is useless. Beautiful hair in the morning starts the night before. Hair washed the evening before is the foundation on which the whole look rests. No styling will save dirty hair, I'm telling you honestly. And dry shampoo, well, let's call things by their names. It's a crutch. For one single day when you're completely overloaded. But not every morning, no. In the morning, you must brush it. That's non-negotiable. It instantly takes 10 years off your face. And then work with the length. If your hair is long, a soft, low ponytail or a loose bun, not tight, not a ballerina bun, but something where a couple of strands can fall out around your face. If it's short, rub a little styling cream between your palms and shape it with your hands. Give it form. And remember the main word. We do not need volume. We need neatness. Tidy. That's what we're aiming for. Now close. 4 minutes. And right now I'm going to expose the main thief of our mornings. It's the back and forth in front of the wardrobe. That endless, put it on, take it off. No, wrong. What about this? No, but what goes with it? Oh, forget it. I'll confess to you, like family, I probably lost 3 years of my life to that back and forth. 3 years, girls? Think about it. The solution is ridiculously simple. First, put the outfit together the night before. Completely, down to the socks, and lay it on a chair. In the morning, half asleep, you're not capable of making decisions, but your evening self, calm and sensible, will handle it beautifully. Second, make a separate folder on your phone and take photos of your successful looks there. If something turned out well, if you caught yourself thinking, "This suits me," click, save it. And on a difficult morning, just scroll through that folder like it's a set of ready-made answers. No need to invent anything from scratch. You already invented it yourself. And if you really don't like anything and time is running out, take the simple, safe option. Dark bottoms, light top, something neutral over it. That's your safety net. Always a winner. And that leaves 2 minutes for shoes and an accessory. Shoes, wiped clean and placed by the door the night before. Dirty shoes can cancel out the whole carefully put together look, no matter how good everything else is. And on top, one accessory. One, not 3 rings, earrings, a chain, a brooch, and a scarf all at once. Just one thing, your favorite earrings or a scarf or beads. 1 point for the eye to land on. And the last minute, just step back, look at yourself in full, at your silhouette, and exhale. Done. 14 minutes. And now, the most important thing, the real reason all this was put together in the first place. And we'll talk about that next. Well, now let's put the pencils, creams, ponytails aside and talk about the main thing. The reason I set all this up in the first place. Because I know many of you were listening to me and thinking, all very well, dear, but where am I supposed to find these 14 minutes of yours? House, work, dacha, grandchildren to get ready, garden beds that won't water themselves, husband, cat, porridge, laundry, the phone ringing, someone asking for something, and it starts from the moment you wake up like a squirrel in a wheel. And in that wheel, 14 minutes for yourself seem like an impossible luxury, almost a crime. Here I am sitting and doing my eyebrows while the laundry isn't ironed. Sound familiar? I'm sure it does. And here's what I want to say to that, my dears. Very calmly and very seriously. Those 14 minutes are not a whim. They aren't pampering, and they're not some old woman's fancy. They are your quiet morning, I exist. Do you understand? I exist. I'm not only someone's wife. I'm not only someone's mother. I'm not only a grandmother, not only the homemaker, not only a pair of working hands that owes everyone everything. I exist. I'm a separate living person with my own face, my own reflection, and the right to like myself. And those 14 minutes are the only time in the day when I remember that. And now I'm going to say something some people may not want to hear, but I'm saying it anyway, because too many of you need to hear it. If there's someone next to you who thinks you don't deserve a quarter of an hour in the morning for yourself, if someone rolls their eyes, sighs, and says, "Found time to pretty yourself up," then, my dears, the issue has long since stopped being about time. There's always time for what a person considers important. The real issue is that you've been taught to think of yourself as standing at the very end of the line. Last, after everyone else. And today I'm asking you very, very much. Move yourself forward in that line. Even if it's only for 14 minutes. You have every right to. And here's another story. Again from the comments, I get so many of them that there'd be enough for a whole book. A woman wrote that she started getting up 20 minutes before everyone else in the house. At first, everybody was baffled. Where was she rushing off to at the crack of dawn? What was with the early wake-ups? Was everything all right? And she answered calmly, "To myself. I get up for myself. 20 quiet minutes, when nobody asks for anything, when the house is still dark and quiet, when she's alone with herself, with a cup of tea, with a mirror." And you know what she wrote at the very end? That it became her favorite part of the day. Her favorite. Not evening, not weekends, not holidays, but those quiet morning minutes alone with herself. Just think about that. And now, as I promised, let me put our whole system into one little box for you, so you can pause and copy it down. Face, 5 minutes, cream, then a tiny bit of concealer under the eyes, then our main eyebrows, and finally blush and color on the lips. Hair, 3 minutes, washed the night before, brushed in the morning, and gathered into a soft ponytail or bun. Clothes, 4 minutes, put together the night before, and if not, scroll through the folder of successful looks or go with the foolproof formula of dark bottoms, light top, neutral layer over it. Shoes and one accessory, 2 minutes. And the last minute, a full look at yourself. That's it. That's the whole secret. No magic whatsoever. And I also want to reassure you right away about the first few days, because I know how it goes. You try once, don't make the time, get upset, and give up. So, the first few days will take longer. That's normal. Completely normal. On day 1 and day 2, you'll get confused, forget what comes after what, search for the pencil that rolled somewhere away. Don't scold yourself for it, for heaven's sake. But you'll see. By about the 6th morning, your hands will start to remember everything on their own. On their own. Without your help. Exactly like your favorite recipe that you've made 100 times. You don't even look in the book anymore. Your hands do everything by themselves while your mind is busy with something else. It'll be the same here. A little patience, and your body will remember the routine forever. And finally, my little gift to you. One tiny trick that I really love. After everything, right before the door, put a drop of fragrant oil or cream with a light, gentle scent on your wrists. Just a little. Not for your husband, not for your coworkers, not so anyone else notices. Only for yourself. So that during the day, when you lift your hand to your face, to fix your hair, prop your cheek, turn a page, you suddenly catch that quiet, pleasant scent and think, ah, yes, I did take care of myself today. A small secret pleasure known only to you. And sometimes that's enough to make the whole day feel just a little brighter. And now, your task for tomorrow, and I'm really asking you to do it, not put it off until later, which never comes. Tomorrow morning, set a timer, write on your phone, and go through our whole chain once, just once for a test run, and then come back here to the comments and tell me how it went, how long it took you, what was easy and what wasn't. I'm genuinely interested. I read everything. And if you'd like me to break down just the makeup separately, in detail, slowly, right step by step, with a demonstration, write that to me. If there are enough requests, I'll definitely make a separate video. It's no trouble at all. I'd be delighted to. And I want to end with one thought. The very thought this whole video was made for. Since childhood, we've been told that to look good, you need a whole hour in front of the mirror. You need a lot of money. And you need youth, which supposedly is already gone. Well, all of that isn't true. It was all invented so that you'd wave your hand and give up. In reality, to look good, you need very little. Clean hair, well-groomed eyebrows, one calm outfit put together in advance, and one single decision you make in the morning, looking yourself in the eye in the mirror. Today, I look good. That's all. That's where it all begins.